Hello everybody, this is Miss Jen and I teach history with Reach Academic Classes or our RAC classes. So I'm going to go through a little bit of a tutorial here for Canvas. We only meet once a week for 50 minutes and that is not a lot of time in class for me, so we use Canvas to keep everybody on track. Most of our work is done independently at home, and Canvas is where you find out what you need to be doing and when you need to be doing it. So when you log into Canvas, this is your dashboard that will come up, and I'm going to go over a little bit of what you see and then we'll go into it in detail. Now Canvas can also be accessed through an app on your phone. You can do an app on a tablet device like an iPad, or you can be on your computer. So you do have quite a few options. When you're on your dashboard, if you are signed up for multiple courses, they would all be here. And if you have multiple courses, your to-do list should list them in order by date that your assignments are due, and it will list everything that you have here. So I'm going to go ahead. On the left-hand side, we have our account, and this is the menu that doesn't really go away in black. Account, you've got your dashboard. You can click on courses, which is another way to see all your different courses you're signed up for. Calendar we'll go into later, and inbox, and then there's always help, which I've actually used quite a bit to type in any question that you're having trouble with. So let's go ahead and go into the Mississippi Studies class. I set up all of my classes the same way, so no matter which class you're taking from me, this will be relevant for you. So at the top of the page, you're going to see any announcements that have happened recently. We've got an announcement here. On the left-hand side, you now have another menu inside the class. You have your home page. If you wanted to go back and see prior announcements, they would be in here. Modules that we'll talk about, a way to see assignments, a way to check your grade, a way to see who else is in the class and possibly send them a message. Files, and our syllabus. Okay. One thing that I want you to notice, you still have your to-do list over here. If you look in the middle of the page, this says coming up on August the 9th, which I believe that should say August the 6th. That's a typo on my part. We can see that I've got an assignment here that's due at August 6th. And when I click on this assignment, oh, actually, you can see it in your to-do list. It says that it's due at 1 p.m. But if you're in my Mississippi Studies class, you would know that we don't meet until 2 p.m. And as a teacher, I have put this in due at 2 p.m. When I hover over it, it says that the course assignment is due August 6th at 2 p.m., but the local time is 1 p.m. That is something that you're going to need to fix on your end that Canvas does. Canvas puts everybody in mountain time. So one of the first things we're going to do is go in and get that fixed. We're going to go to click on our account. And that's my name there. I'm a trial student. We're going to go to settings, and we want to change your time zone. So once we're in settings here, you can see I have a very interesting name, trial student. I'm going to come over here to the right. There's a box called edit the settings. We're going to edit them. And really the only reason that we need to go in here and edit anything is for this time zone. So it says that we're in mountain time, and we need to switch this to central time so that when the teacher who is in the central time zone says that an assignment is due at 2 o'clock, then as the student side, you'll have it due at 2 o'clock as well. Otherwise, you're losing out on an hour of time that you could have to get your work done right before you have to come to class. So we're going to update these settings. It's just one thing we needed to fix. Now, while we're in here, I'm also going to show you notifications underneath your account. Can go in here and change any notifications to whatever you would prefer them to be. You got lots of options. So that's my crazy email address there. If I wanted all of the due dates to be emailed to me, notify me right away whenever a teacher sets a due date, I would have the check marks highlighted. If I wanted to be notified daily, it's that little clock symbol. If I want a weekly summary, it's on the calendar, and then an X is do not send me anything. So you can pick and choose throughout all of these things how you want to be notified. So of due dates, I'm going to put I want due dates notified right away. If you find that you're getting way too many texts throughout the middle of the day, maybe while you're at work and you want to change that, come on in and change it. There's lots of things in here that you can look through and set to your own preferences. Okay, Back over here on this black menu board, we're going to go down to inbox and talk about inbox next. It is this symbol here. That black menu bar is always up no matter where you're at in Canvas. If at any point in time you have a question about any assignment at all, this is the best way to reach me. If you try to send me an email to my teacher email address, everybody in the world sends me emails there. I probably check them once a day. Especially on the weekends, I don't check them very often, but my Canvas is set to an app on my phone, and anytime I get an inbox from Canvas, it pops up as a notification immediately, and I have it set to not go away until I click on it. So I will not miss it if you can send it to me through Canvas. So now that I'm in my inbox, if I wanted to send an email message through Canvas, I could send it to my teacher or to another student. If you're working on a group assignment, which many of my classes do have group projects, and you don't have that person's phone number or their email address and you don't know how to contact them, you just contact them through Canvas using the inbox system. All right, next thing that we're going to talk about, we're going to go to our home page. So we'll go dashboard, select our course, and now we're back on the home page. There we go. If you are to click on syllabus down here, I'm sure you know you would find a copy of our syllabus that I passed out at our orientation meeting. And we want to go into grades here, and I'll show you a couple of things in grades. You are allowed to check your grades at any point in time throughout the class. I try to stay caught up on all grading weekly so that when you come in here and check, if an assignment due date had passed, now I'm doing this in June and the assignment is not due till August, so it doesn't show that it's missing. But if the due date had passed, over here on the right-hand side, oh, I'm sorry, it would be right here under status, it would say missing in red. And you would know that that was late and needed to get done right away. It will also tell you what your score is out of every assignment that you have in the class. But more importantly, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this list, it's going to tell you what your score is in each of the different categories, but the total is what your grade is currently in the class. Now, there are some settings up here in the upper right-hand corner that you can mess with if you wanted to. You could calculate your grade based only on the ones that have been graded already, but there are things that you're going to turn in on paper, and I may have graded it on paper and not inputted it into the computer. So if all of our assignments were on the computer, this might be pretty accurate, but it is not always accurate since some of our assignments are due on paper, if that makes sense. I know it's a little confusing. Okay, we're going to go back to the home page here. Of course, we said one of the first things that you're going to see at the top is announcements. Make sure that you're always clicking on the announcements. So when I come over here and click on this, it's going to open up the entire paragraph that you're going to need to read through. And at this point in time, if you want to make a comment on this or ask a question, you can do it right here and reply. And that would be sent to my phone as well, and I would see it. Sometimes I use announcements for things that I think of. If we already had class and I had meant to tell you something and I totally forgot, then I may send it through as an announcement so that you can make sure and see it before we meet again the next week. The next thing we're going to look at is your individual assignments and how to complete them. So before you come to class on August 6th, again, that's a typo, these two assignments are due. You have a student survey and a Canvas tutorial. When I roll my mouse over them, you can see it highlights it. That's because that is a link. You'll learn these icons after a little bit, but this little rocket ship means a quiz, and this little paper and pencil just means an assignment. So when I click on student survey here, it's going to open it up and it's going to give me all the instructions that I need to complete the assignment. You can see the due date. To do at 2 p.m. Now that I've changed my time zone, it's not telling me it's due at 1, it's telling me I have till 2 o'clock, so I get that extra hour. It's worth 30 points, there's only 9 questions, and there's no time limit. If we were taking a test, you might see that I would put a time limit on some items, and anytime that I do put a time limit, I always tell you guys in class ahead of time. So here's the instructions that you'll read through, and then click Take the Survey. It'll just lead you right through all of the questions that you need to answer and how to answer them. Let's go back to the home. We often have assignments that are videos. So this Canvas tutorial is a video. So when I open this up, it's going to give me the instructions. Where the word link is where I'm going to link the video that you're actually watching right now. And then this blue submit assignment button is what you would click if you wanted to submit it. It opens up a text entry box. And I've told you right here in the assignment exactly what I want you to tell me to get the credit, okay? And you just type it in your answer and hit submit assignment. We'll go back to the home page. And then some of these are called modules each week. So the gray week of August the 6th, which these two assignments are a part of, is the week 1 module. The week 2 module is here. So when you see this word modules, that's what it's referring to. It's just another way to look at these. One other thing we can look at is the course calendar. And this is just another way for you to see everything that's happening. And if you have multiple classes that you're taking on Canvas, it'll put everything in one place for you. So right now it's June when I'm making the video, so I'm gonna have to go forward to August. And you can see here, these are assignments that are due. So this is just like if you had a planner and you were looking at your planner and you had it this way, you could see if you had a Tuesday class and things were due on Tuesday, they'd be over here. It's just a good way to get an overview or a good look at it. I'm going to go back into our class one more time. I'm not seeing anything else. You can edit your course notifications straight from here if you would like to. But other than that, I think I've kind of covered everything. If you have any questions, send it to me in the inbox, of course, and I look forward to seeing you on the first day of class.